Hello everyone, I'm Hilary Chin. Thank you all so much and thank you for coming and watching my YouTube channel. Today I want to show you how to use if statement to identify some errors in your data, okay? This is just going to be an example, but you can do it in many scenarios, okay? Working with Excel or being a data analyst or information manager or data scientist is just being creative and being able to solve problems when you see one. It's as simple as that. There's no big deal about it. Okay, just being creative, playing always with your functions, with your formulas, and getting used to those formulas, not cramming them, but just getting used to using them. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use if statement to identify some errors in data. Many times we do trainings, or many times we have some names in our systems, and we don't want people to come and repeat in those systems. Maybe you had trained a particular name and you don't want that same name to be trained in the next program. How can you check to see that that name is in order or that name is not found in that data? We can use if statement to do that. Let's check and see how that goes. So you can use if statement to help identify some gaps in your system, especially when you're working. Let's say you did a training and you train these other names here and you want to do the second phase of the training, but you don't want the same people to repeat or the same names to repeat, okay? And you want to check your system. Maybe they registered the first time, the training went on, and then they want to register again, okay? It could be in a school environment, it could be anywhere, but here we are just checking to see that the names are not repeating. All you need to do is take the names that you had first of all trained, put in one column like this, and then go to this area that says check, and then you put equals to. You see, you can be creative than what I'm doing here, but today I just want to show you very basic way of doing it. I've just written here check, okay, and I put if, and I click my tab. So I'm saying that these names here, we want to check them. Just check. You see this name, we want to check Derek, Nelly, Larry, Hilo. We are suspecting that these people were in the first training and we don't want them to repeat in the second training, okay? So now I'm saying that I want XLOOKUP to check the whole of this column, okay? The whole of this column. I want it to check the whole of this column. If it sees Derek, it gives me a condition. If it doesn't see Derek, it gives me another condition, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'll say if it is going down or around this column, and in this cell it is equals to, I open my quotations, Derek. It means if it sees Derek, I close my quotation comma, then I want to see found, and I close my quotation. Either way, I want to see not found. Yes, these formulas are very easy to create, guys. Just practice it. You see now. So I'm going to run this down. So you see that if we go down here, there is Derek here, there is one found here, so that is check, and there is Derek here, there's another found here. So it means that across all this data, we have two Derek. It means that we have to check Derek. Those names are repeating. Now maybe we can call their numbers, ask them more questions. Now somebody might be asking, what if these names are thousands? It still makes your life easy. You can just click inside this data, go up to data here, go to filters. Once this small filter appears here, you click and then you choose found. Okay, and then you click OK. So it gives you now only those who have found, who have been found, okay, who were found in your data, and then you can start probing, maybe through calls, through emails, etc., to find out. Okay, so let's go back and continue what we are doing. So if I go back here, now some of you might be asking, can we check more than one name at the same time? Yes, we can. I'll double click inside my data here. Now I would like to change this data to white. Permit me change this to white so you can see what I'm doing properly. Perfect. So right here now, I'll double click again. Remember that this is the first code that I created. This code is very easy. Don't cram it, just learn it. Now, I've given the first condition here. If they come to any of these cells here, starting from this cell which I've referenced D2, if it is equal to Derek, then I want to see found. If not, I want to see not found. I'll now come here to the first condition and I'll skip this comma and I put my cursor here and I say if also open bracket. If they come to this very cell again, because I'll be referencing and going down, and it is equals to Nelly, sorry, in quotes because we are writing a statement. Close my quote. Then I want to see also found. You can put anything there, guys. If not, then not found. So we have given two conditions here. If D2 referencing equals to Derek, we close our quotations, comma, then found. Our found is inside a quotation because it's a statement. That is how you are, when you are coding in SQL, these are some of the simple rules that you must follow. And then comma, and then I start another quote again, another condition inside this first condition, and I say if, open my bracket, that same cell is equals to Nelly, inside quote again because it's a statement, it's a string, it's a statement, then comma, I want to see also found. I close my quotation. If not, I want to see not found. Now I come here and I add I add another bracket. Why? There are two brackets here because I have two different conditions that I have stated here. If I state the third one, I'll add another quote bracket. If I state the fourth one, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to click here, my tab here. So now we have two conditions, remember? So if I turn my mouse to this small black cross and I double click, so it goes down. So you see that wherever you find Nelly here, it says also found. Let me make this bigger here. So it says also found because I gave that condition. You see? So also found. Also found. Okay? So if we had a lot of this here, I can just go here and now we have also found, found and not found. And I can just filter here and I click and it shows me every person that is also found, who is Nelly. Okay? So this is a very good practice. Please do well to practice this regularly in order to understand some of these codes. So we can do this for Larry, for Hilo. If somebody is asking, can we do the third condition? Yes, of course, we can do the third condition. We just need to go here, break after this. If if this cell is equals to, and there's something you must take note, please. Just think, let me show you something. There's something you call absolute reference and relative reference. Okay. So what we are doing here now is relative reference because it is changing and referencing the cell. So if I double click here, you see that is D3. Okay. Is D3. If I double click here, you see that is D4. Okay. If I double click here, so it's D5. Okay. If I double click here, it's D6. It means that it is coming and referencing every cell here. Okay. So this is a relative referencing. I think I did this on my YouTube channel. You can follow that and also understand the difference between relative is relatively changing and telling you different things that are happening in the cells, but absolute is just staying single and giving you a particular condition that you created in that cell. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.